Salute and hello. It is unapologetically QI and this is another off the dome conversation. I told you I'm gonna do some off the domes. Everything I've been doing lately is off the dome, right? It's practice. But today we're here to talk about BG and the situation with BG. I've been looking around and I've been hearing a lot of people's interpretation of the situation and different things of that nature. Uh, there's a point to everything. Just like, for instance, the one situation dealing with Kentrell is that, you know, he planned to take the charges, right? But he was going to fight it in court. And when BG and the other guy went to the grand jury, right, that that ceased his chances of being able to fight, the charges in court. Because if he had been able to take it to court, then he would have 9 times out of 10 beat the case. Because he was on the back seat, and the Pointer, the Pow was in the front seat, and pretty much all the other things were in the front seat too. So he planned to beat the charges. I guess by reasonable doubt. I'm just assuming on that end, but he planned to try to fight those charges and beat it. If they hadn't gone to the grand jury, he would have had a chance. But that's not the big thing, right? Sometimes you got to connect the dots and you got to look at all situations, right? I've been following this story for a long time. I lived in New Orleans. I lived exactly where all of them are from, Central City, Third Ward. Like, I heard about a lot of the stories. I done seen the actual houses, that street, blah, blah, blah. Met a lot of the people, right? All right. And the streets does talk. The street forever talks. And that's like Central City, Third Ward history. And that's like history. So, you're going to hear the stories. And here's the thing, right? Well, this is how I'm going to put it. The music and the streets are all one and the same. Music and street are all one in the same. The front of the situation is always going to be the music. The root or the back end of the situation is always going to be the streets. The streets fund the music. All right. So the second situation that BG, is sort of looking is in is that the first case, right? It was another pointer charge where he got caught with the pointers, and it was he got on the phone while locked up and talked, right? He called Fetty, I believe it was Fetty. And for those people in New Orleans, y'all know who Fetty is. Y'all know who Fetty represents. Now, I didn't know that BG represented, this same person or these same people, right? Until, I came across some recent information, right? And then so, jail phone calls are, they tell you they can be submitted and used in court as evidence. All right, so that's what happened on that. And plus, he just like this time, he tried to get somebody to take that charge, but that didn't go through because of the simple fact that he stated it on the phone call, right? So they already knew what he was doing and what he was about to do and everything. They let him carry it out and everything. Then it was like boom, boom, bam. So he had to do that time. That's what the time that he just recently did. That was 14 years. And I guess he was out in 10. He's out in 10 or whatever. I'm not sure about the time, but whatever. But Seems like about 14 versus 10, right? All right. So the person that he told about some crimes that had happened. He told about some people who had gotten uh, popped, or some people who they popped. He admitted to popping some people and then implicated some other people in the popping of people, right? All right, one of them people was Fetty. Fedderson. His last name is Fedderson. But Fetty. Like I said, people in New Orleans, they know who Fetty represents. I didn't know BG represented the same organization, same group, whatever. But yeah, all right. So Fetty, so that caused Fetty to get locked up and stuff right there, right? So when Fetty got locked up, he took down a whole organization. He took down a whole enterprise. Not by himself, because people in New Orleans know who Mooney is, right? Mooney represents. In fact, Mooney wasn't even from the Third Ward. Mooney was from the 17th, and but Mooney was a hot boy. Mooney was a stepper, right? Mooney was one of the most feared steppers in New Orleans. All right. Well, Mooney started wondering who was out here telling. Mooney knew somebody was out here telling, right? Because they had got away with a lot of stuff, right? A lot of stuff, right? Mooney said, "Who out here telling?" And so, according to the FBI agents and stuff, they told him. They said it's a lot of people out here telling, right? It's a lot of people out here telling, right? All right. So let's continue to connect them dots, right? It's a lot of people telling. And let's look at the series of things that happened after Katrina. The series of large major groups and families and organizations. You had the St. Thomas. You had the 3 and G. And you had several other large organizations and groups that got taken down. Now let's just, one of the things that we know, now I ain't gonna say we know, because a lot of y'all don't know. A lot of y'all still think the streets love you. Y'all think that there's a such thing as loyalty. Y'all think, nah. At the end of the day, like, it's almost every man for themselves. And I don't mean that means we gotta be selfish. I don't mean that means that everything is right. But when it comes down to a person never being able to see the light of day, never being able to see their family again, never being able to eat Christmas dinner, never being able to eat a red velvet cake, never being able to, a simple thing like walk to the store, never being able to, like just ride around the city, never being able to go out, never being able to, like, just imagine all the things that you might enjoy doing, little simple things. And when it comes down to a person realizing that they're never going to be able to do that again, what do y'all think, right? And then somebody comes and says, okay, well, we can split that down the middle. We can split that in half. Or we could do this. They give you options, right? They give you options to where you can think about Christmas again, where you can think about Thanksgiving again, and different things of that nature. What do y'all think gonna happen, right? We talking about football numbers. That's what they call them, football numbers, right? Well, in most cases, people go ahead and they look out for self. In the majority of cases, they look out for self. So when you look at all of the major groups since Katrina, and New Orleans ain't no big place. New Orleans ain't no big place, right? It's all interconnected. You might have to go here. Sometimes the best daiquiris might be over here. You might live over here in Third Ward, but you might think the daiquiris over in the West Bank are the best, right? East Bank are the best. My bad. Sometimes like crawfish and seafood. Like you probably got one right around the corner for your from your house. But the one that you like the most, or the one that's probably best, probably way across town, right? Sometimes we're gonna go way across town and different things like that, to get what's best for us. And then sometimes they might be out over here, so we got to go over there to get it, right? All right. So a lot of people had communications together. A lot of people were connected. A lot of people know things. A lot of people, then your family, right? After Katrina, people moved everywhere, right? You might have been from the ninth ward, but then you came back and you moved to the third ward. You might have been from the third ward, but then you came back and moved to the 17th ward. But you still connected with your folks and your family over in the third ward. You see what I'm saying? And then there was a bigger connection, because like a lot of people, when for Katrina, they left and they went to places like Houston. They went to places like Houston and different things of that nature, right? So there's a major, even right now today, there's a major connection between Houston and New Orleans. A lot of people, they go back and forth. If you pay attention to online, there's a major connection between Dallas and New Orleans. So basically, I'm saying all that to say is there's a lot of people connected in these situations. And none of this stuff is over yet, right? It ain't over. These people probably got boxes and boxes and rooms of filed information on people. And as well, just because a lot of people in there, they might be in there for life, it don't mean that they don't still have power. It don't mean that they don't still have connections. It don't mean that they can't make things shake and make things move. So there's a lot of chess being played, a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of stuff going on. And a lot of people out there are going to have to be real careful, because it's about to get real sticky in New Orleans, Houston, Texas. It's about to get real sticky. It's about to get real sticky. Because at the end of the day, you got some people with a lot of power, a lot of money, and you know how it goes. Them against me, they're going to save their own selves. They're going to save their own butts at the end of the day. And that's the BG situation. So BG is like in a situation. And then it's like when he came out and he didn't sign with Birdman, that's an antennas up. Now I know Birdman ain't been out here, ain't paying people, right? We always hear from Lil Wayne on up. He wasn't paying them folks, right? So like that could have been one reason. But at the same time, it's just like, at the same time, I looked at that like, And it's saying that who funded, like, well, let me not say that. That's a little too direct, a little too obvious. 3 and G was connected. Well, Dusty Money Records. Dusty Money. What was it? Dusty Money Records. Like I said, music and streets are connected. That's how I'm gonna put that. Music and street are connected. So people are the powers that be are trying to get down to the bottom of a lot of things. And as we can see, it's a lot of moving circles. It ain't even just dealing with the streets. It ain't even just dealing with the music. It's in the church industry. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. So y'all got to be careful. Excuse me. Make sure, that y'all don't get caught up into no situations. Because I don't think everybody knew like what kind of situation they were putting themselves in. But It's a lot of people in some situations that they ain't gonna be able to get out of. Like BG. Like BG. Like BG. Oh man, and that's all I'm gonna say. There's some others out there, like I don't know. Maybe BG need to get with Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne seems to be doing pretty good right now. Uh, and maybe the decision to get with Juvenile may be a smart decision. I don't know. Just depends on how much power Juvenile actually has. How safe he may be able to keep BG. But that's all I came on here to say. And I'm gonna come on and keep updated. And you know, those who know, they know. People in the New Orleans, they know. It's like I don't even know how to put different things or whatever. And it's like I have to make a conscious decision about what to say, but and what not to say. But it's a lot going on out here, y'all. Y'all stay safe. And until next time, I thank y'all for all y'all support. I haven't read the chat because I've been focusing on, how I deliver. But until next time, y'all smash that like, share, subscribe. And it is unapologetically QI exiting the building. Peace.